Welcome to my channel ChemZap Chemistry. If you are watching this video, meaning is that you already watched my 3 videos and you understood my pattern. So first I will discuss the topic in detail. Then I will discuss some of the subjective questions. In third video, I will discuss some of the MCQ questions. These questions or problems are totally based on school exams pattern. So once you will go through all the questions and discussion of each and every questions, then you will understand the meaning of the topic and its application in exam hall, right? Which type of question you are going to get in your school exams. Once you will understand each and everything, then your internal school exam marks will be very good. So without wasting time, let us start now. So let's first try to understand what is mixture. Mixture is a physical combination of 2 or more pure substances, maybe element or compounds, right? They will mix together, but there will be no any chemical bond formed between the component or between the constituent of the mixture. The next point is that there is no any chemical reactions going to occur between the component of the mixture, right? And each constituent of the mixture will retain its unique chemical properties, original identities and behavior, right? So what is the meaning of this definition? As for example, we can take the example of air. So we know that air is about gaseous mixture. What are the gases present in the air? These are the gases present in the air: nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide gas. So now there is no any chemical reaction, there is no any chemical bond formed between the nitrogen and oxygen, and there is no any chemical reaction occurs between the oxygen and carbon dioxide. So the individual component of this mixture is retaining its property. So we can separate the component of this mixture by any physical method, right? We can separate the nitrogen, we can separate the oxygen, we can separate the carbon dioxide gas. This is the meaning of definition of mixture. Let's try to understand the meaning of mixture with the help of 2 more examples. The example number 2, seawater, or you can say that salt solution. So once you will check the seawater is having the what? Sodium chloride dissolved in water. So we know that in aqueous solution of sodium chloride, the sodium ion is surrounded by the water molecule, right? And chloride ion is surrounded by the water molecule. So there is no any chemical bond formed between the water and sodium ion, and there is no any chemical bond formed between the water and chloride ion. There is a force of attractions working between the water and sodium ion, right? There is no any electron transfers going on between the water and sodium ion or between the water and chloride ion, right? So there is no any chemical bond formed between them. There is no any chemical reactions happening between them. So once you will take this seawater in aqueous solution of sodium chloride, once you will perform the one physical method, evaporation, then what will happen during the evaporation process, all the water will come out in the form of vapor and you will get the solid sodium chloride. So now this aqueous solution of sodium chloride or seawater is following the definition of the mixture. Now next example, soil. Soil is a type of heterogeneous mixture, right? Meaning is that it is a type of mixture only. It is homogeneous or heterogeneous, we will discuss in next video, right? But in soil you will find there is many other components are mixing together. Organic matter, sands are there, stones are there. In the soil only minerals are there, right? And from these minerals we are getting the ores also, right? So these many components are present in the soil. So soil is a type of mixture. It is not a pure. So from these 2 examples, I hope that you understood the meaning of mixture. So now what are the characteristics of the mixture, or what are the fundamental properties of the mixture? Let's try to understand now. The fundamental properties are as follows. First property is that there is no any chemical reactions going to occur between the component of the mixture. As for example, if carbon, nitrogen, sand are mixing together, then we will get a type of mixture. So there is no any chemical reactions going to occur between the carbon, nitrogen and sand. Next property is that mixture may have the variable composition. What is the meaning of variable composition? Try to understand. See that if you are having the 1 liter of water in 3 containers. Now in this 1 liter of water, in the first container, we are adding the 10 gram of sand. In the next container, we are adding the 20 gram of sand. And third container, we are adding the 30 gram of sand. So now all the 3 containers are the mixtures, and the composition of the mixtures are different. In this first tank, 10 gram of sand is present. In second tank, 20 gram of sand is present. And third tank, 30 gram of sand is present. So the composition of mixture may vary. It is not fixed. The third characteristic is that retention of properties. Meaning is that each and every component of the mixture will retain its physical and chemical properties. As for example, here is a mixture of carbon dioxide gas, nitrogen gas, and oxygen gas. So now once you will separate this one by a physical method, then carbon dioxide gas will retain its property, that is extinguishing property. It will extinguish the fire. Nitrogen is inert at room temperature, so it will be inert at room temperature. Oxygen is a gas which help in combustion, so it will support the combustion. So now each and every individual of the mixture is retaining its physical and chemical properties. The fourth characteristic, physical separation. Meaning is that the component of the mixture can be separated into its pure substances by any physical process. As for example, sodium chloride aqueous solution, which is your seawater. Once we will perform the evaporation, then what will happen? Water will come out in the form of water vapor, and sodium chloride will settle at the bottom of the container in the form of solid. So now the aqueous solution of sodium chloride was a mixture, and its component water and sodium chloride are going to separate by a physical method evaporation process. Now next characteristics, no fixed physical points. Meaning is that the mixture don't have the fixed melting and boiling point. So if a mixture is having the different composition, then the different mixture of the same substances having the different composition will have the different boiling point. So in the previous example which I gave you, right, 10 gram salt is present in one mixture, other salt is having 20 gram of salt in one mixture, right, and other third one is having 30 gram of salt in this mixture, then the boiling point of each mixture will be different. Why? Because their vapor pressure will be different. We know that what is the actual definition of boiling point? Boiling point of a solution or a mixture is a temperature at which its vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure. So when we will have the different amount of these substances in a mixture, right, solid substance in a mixture, then the vapor pressure of each mixture will be different. Then what will happen? Boiling point will be different. So the meaning of boiling point we will discuss in the advanced portion of this chapter. So just wait for this concept of boiling point. Till now just you should understand that different mixture of a same substance will have the different boiling point and freezing point because its compositions are different. So this was the introduction of mixture. Now based on this, we will discuss the sum of the one-word question answer. Now first question, what term is used to describe a substance made up of two or more elements or compounds that are physically combined in any ratio but not chemically combined? So we know that that is a mixture. Example is given, this is the sulfur, this is the iron fillings are going to mix together, right? So this is the mixture, right? And now the component of the mixture easily we can separate simply by putting the one magnet. Once you will put the magnet, then all the iron fillings will stick to the magnet and sulfur will be into this petri dish. Now question number 2. In a physical mixture of grey iron fillings and yellow sulfur powder, which specific component retain its original magnetic property? So now in this mixture you are having the iron and sulfur. So iron will retain its property. Next, third question. Since their composition can vary, mixture like a sharp constant boiling point or melting point. Different mixture will have the different boiling point and different melting point because of the different composition. So now see that we know that pure substance will have the fixed melting point, boiling point. But as the composition of the mixture will change, then what will happen? Their boiling point will change. Depends upon the composition. Why boiling point will change? Because of the change of vapor pressure. Because boiling point is a temperature at which vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure, and mixtures having the different composition will have the different vapor pressure. Different vapor pressure means different boiling point. Now question number 4. What a specific property of a mixture is demonstrated when you can add different quantities of sugar to a glass of water and still have it's classified as a sugar water mixture? Meaning is that such type of mixture will have the different composition. This is one of the very good examples, right? In this glass we are adding the 10 gram of sugar. In this glass we are adding the 30 gram of sugar. In this glass we are having the 50 gram of sugar. So now all the 3 glasses are considered as a mixture. But what is the point of difference between this? The amount of the sugars are different. Meaning is that they are having the different composition. Now 5th question. What type of chemical bond form between iron atoms and sulfur atoms when their respective powders are physically mixed together at room temperature? We know that when iron and sulfur atoms are mixed together, there is no any chemical bond will form. This is the definition of mixture, right? As per the definition of the mixture, there is no any bond between the iron and sulfur at room temperature. So this was your 5 one-word questions answers. Now we will check the some of the assertions reason questions. Now first, assertions. Air is classified as a mixture, not chemical compound. Yes, it is correct. Reasons. The constituent gases in the atmosphere, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, are not chemically bonded to each other and retain their individual chemical identities. Yes. So what happened? Assertions and reasons are the correct, and reason is what correct explanation of assertions. That's why option A is the correct answer. Because in assertions, reasons, you will get the what 4 options, right? A, B, C, D. So in my previous video, I discussed the standard rule for that one. So you can watch my previous video so you can understand the standard rule of the assertions and reasons. Next question. When sulfur powder and iron fillings are thoroughly grounded together at room temperature, a new substance formed, correct? Simply physical mixing of 2 elements does not result in the formation of chemical bond. So what happened here? When sulfur powder and iron fillings are thoroughly grounded together at room temperature, new substance formed. No, new substance will not form, right? This is the false. Simple physical mixing of 2 elements does not result in the formation of chemical bond. Yes, the physical mixing of 2 components will not form the chemical bond. So A is correct, R is wrong. So D is the option. Right? So when you will grind the iron and sulfur together, right, doesn't mean that there is a chemical bond is going to form. You will find the one mixture. But when you will perform the chemical reaction under the special condition of temperature, pressure, right, then ferrous sulfide will form, then this is the compound. So just we are mixing this iron and sulfur together, it doesn't mean that a new compound will form, a new substance will form. So assertions is wrong, reason is correct. A tap water samples behave as a pure substance during the phase change. No, tap water is a mixture. It is not the pure substance. Reasons. Tap water is a mixture containing the various dissolved minerals, salt and gases alongside with water. Yes, this is the reason is correct, but assertion is wrong. So again, option D is the correct option. Whenever you feel that this question is important, you can pause the video or you can repeat the video and you can take the note in your class notebook. It will help you a lot. Now next, assertions, reasons. Assertions. The properties of a mixture are entirely different from the properties of its constituent elements or compounds. No, it is wrong. Reasons. During the formation of mixture, no chemical reaction occurs. Yes, it is correct. And no new chemical bonds are created. Yes, it is correct. So again, assertions is wrong and reason is correct, right? So see that once you mix the sugar in water, the taste of each component of this type of mixture is having your say. So properties of mixtures are entirely different from the properties of its constituent elements or compounds. No, because it is having the properties of sugar. But during the formation of sugar, what will happen? Just water molecule surround the sugar molecule without any formation of any bond between the sugar molecules and water, right? That's why R is a correct, A is what wrong. To prepare a mixture of sand and water, the components must be added in highly precise, fixed 1:1 stoichiometric ratio by mass. Answer is that no. We can generate the mixture by mixing the component in any composition, in any fractions, right? Then we can get the mixture. Reasons. Mixture possesses variable composition, yes. Allowing component to be combined in any proportion, yes. So reason is correct, assertion is wrong. So what is the correct answer? D is the correct answer. So these are this was your topic, what is mixture, introduction, some of the one-word questions based on it, and some of the assertions, reason questions based on it. I hope that you understood the concept and meaning of the mixture. So please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.